Hey everybody, and welcome to the bullshit party. And in this one we're going to be reviewing the Paragon R. As always, we're going to be taking a look at things like the exterior of the vehicle, the interior of it, the way it customizes in Los Santos Customs, and ultimately I am going to be telling you if it's worth it. And with that, let's start with the 360 on the vehicle while I give you some facts about it. First off, this car is based on the real world Continental GT. In game, it costs $900,000. It's a part of the sports category in GT Online. And it can fit only 2 people, so only 2 seats. In terms of interactivity, this is what you can do with it. You can open both doors, the hood and the trunk, and look at that glorious W or V12 engine. I can't even remember which one the Bentley has, but it's a big engine. I'm sure you guys are gonna tell me that I'm stupid in the comments. But all in all, the interactivity of the vehicle, really good. And something else that I want to share with you is that this vehicle was released in 2020, the end of 2020. I'm sorry, the end of 2019, what am I thinking of? With the Diamond and Casino and Resort DLC. And that's the information about the vehicle and the exterior of it. So let's jump in and look at how the interior looks. And this is the interior of the Paragon R, or the Bentley, depending on which one you prefer. And yeah, it looks honestly kind of generic. I like the digital speedometer, but that's about it. As for the way the car sounds, honestly, sounds nasty. I really like the way the vehicle sounds. And with that, we're off to Los Santos Customs, but not before seeing what type of drivetrain we're dealing with here. And it should come to no surprise that this is an all-wheel drive vehicle, just like the car that inspired this one. And with that, we're going to Los Santos Customs, and on our way there, I'm going to be sharing with you my thoughts and impressions of the stock version of the Paragon R. Now, it should be said that this vehicle has been released on the Podium before, so I may or may have not reviewed it before. The reason I say may is because I'm not sure if this one was released or the armored version of it was released. But they are essentially the same vehicle. One is a little bit heavier than the other and has machine guns, but that's basically the main difference. They drive almost identically. So yeah, I don't know if I've made a video about this before. So there's your... I don't know, that's the full disclosure. As for how the vehicle behaves, aside from that, because it's kind of wet outside, honestly, it's great. I have used the Paragon R Armored for probably 4 or 5 months as my daily driver at the time, so I'm kind of familiar with the way it drives, and I really, really like what Rockstar did with the vehicle. But in any case, here we are at Los Santos Customs, so let's get started to customize. And as mentioned before, the Paragon R is part of the sports car category in GT Online. As for how much you can sell this Podium vehicle for, 0. Which is something that I'm not a big fan of, but it is what it is. As always, we're going to be upgrading all the performance options up front, so we don't forget anything at the end, and you guys don't tell me that I'm stupid for this thing. And the other thing, I already forget what it was. But there we are. Next up, customizing the visuals of the vehicle, and we're going to start off with the front bumper options. And as you can see, we have a plethora of different front bumper options, which I'm not a big fan of, but actually, let's go with the carbon bumper. Rear bumpers. Yeah, let's go with the carbon one as well. Engine, we already did. Exhausts. Let's just give it a little gas. Now here are all the exhaust options that we can choose from. I kind of like the racing exhaust, so we're going to be keeping that one. Front grille option. Honestly, this one looks kind of good to me, so I'm going to be doing that. Hood. Here are all the hood options that you can choose from. I already have my favorite one. Let's see if I'm going to have a new favorite. Nope. I like this one. Liveries. All the liveries you can choose from. This one looks kind of interesting. And it's free. So, cool. And here are all the rest. I remember using this livery on my other vehicle. Actually, my other vehicles. Because I have several of the armored version. But, Since I already know what color we're going to be making this one, more on that in a little bit, I'm going to be keeping it clean. As for the license plate, of course, yellow and black. roll cage. We're not going to be putting a roll cage in, but since this is a review video, quote unquote, here are all the roll cage options that you can choose from. Roof options. Yeah, carbon, why not? So this car is gonna have a lot of carbon on it. Yep, carbon side skirts as well. Spoiler. We are already also gonna put a spoiler on the vehicle because this is the only visual customization that has any impact on the traction of the vehicle. And even though I prefer the stock version of it, yeah, a spoiler just makes sense. Sun strips? No, thank you. Suspension. Now this is an interesting one because the vehicle, as you can see, lowers by quite a bit in its lowest suspension setting, and I actually kind of like it like this. So we're going to be putting it in the sport suspension. Transmission turbo we already did. The wheels, I'm actually kind of happy with what Rockstar gave us here. Window tint, we're going to go one down to light smoke. And it's time to respray the vehicle. And as I said, I already know what color we're going to be making the vehicle because I already saw the poll. And what I mean by the poll is I ask you guys every single week what color do you want me to make the vehicle in the video you're watching right now. And this week, most of you suggested to make it gold. So guess what? We're making it gold. Now, oh my god, it looks so pretty, I want to say. It looks interesting. It definitely looks interesting. It looks shiny. Secondary color, matte. Actually, this doesn't look that bad. Trim color. Maybe red to match the... Oh, you'll see in a bit. Yep, red and crew emblem to match the crew emblem. That's why we chose red for the interior. And I think we're done customizing. And I'm actually kind of happy with what we have here. And here we are on the outside, and the cool thing is that it has stopped raining since we went to customize the vehicle. And wow, yeah, I'm just having so much fun with this car. As I said, it was my daily driver for probably 4, 5, or 6 months as the vehicle was released. So really cool, just really cool. It's very stable in the way it behaves. It's a very easy to drive vehicle. It's very easy to understand how it's gonna behave. It's incredibly intuitive the way Rockstar did this. It has great acceleration in my opinion for its class. The traction is really good. The brakes are, well, they're not great, but they're really decent. And all in all, the top speed, everything. It's just a well-rounded vehicle. And the exterior, I was gonna say the interior, but let's face it, that's garbage. The exterior is, well, it's easy on the eyes. Let's just put it that way. And just in case you were curious, the reflectors on either side of the vehicle, those are usually machine turrets if you have the armored version. And the armored version also comes with an armored, like, snaggly thing on the doors. But yeah, is this worth it? I think so. This may have been on the podium before, so if it has, you probably already have it. But if it hasn't, it's just a fun vehicle, man. It's so much fun to drive with. The fact that it's 4x4 or all-wheel drive, depending on how you want to call it, although I think those are two different things. In any case, because it's all 4 wheels are powered by the engine, it makes just drifting and turning with this thing so much fun. It's making it very predictable to drive, which is something that's always welcome in vehicles in GTA. Whoops. Let's pretend that didn't happen. And yeah, is it worth it? I think so. If you already have this vehicle, you can sell your existing one and get this one for free, because this is the Lucky Will Podium vehicle as of the release of this video you're watching right now. So, is it worth it? I think so, but more importantly, what do you guys think? Let me know in the comment section down below. And actually, that's gonna bring us to the end of the video. Thank you so much to everybody that watched. Hopefully, you liked what you saw, you found it informative, and if that's the case, please don't forget to leave a like, please subscribe to the channel, and with all that said and done, I'll catch you all in the next one. Now let's go pose this baby next to my other Paragon R.